Alright, hello y'all in YouTube land. I am sorry about that, but my last video ran out of memory or space. So I will have to continue the opening of the Barbie 12 Days of Christmas in comparison to the American Girl Advent Calendar. So as you can see, I still have my two dolls who are modeling their Advent calendars. In this case, I have my Gigi doll, who is very pretty in her little ski outfit. And I have Mary Ellen here because I figure since I have a vintage Barbie that comes with this set, Mary Ellen would probably be a good representative of maybe the whole American Girl goes back to its roots. A lot of people are saying that Mary Ellen's collection is very classic 1960s Barbie, even though Mary Ellen represents the 1950s. So actually, I believe that Barbie was actually created in March of 1959. So that's not so far off from Mary Ellen's time, which is 1954. So let's go ahead with the comparisons. Okay, so let's continue with the comparisons. So I got out the advent calendars again. I think I started with opening number one when my camera cut off in the last video. So I'll do a number one for the Barbie, and then I'll do a number one for the American Girl. And for those of you who are interested in the hair, I curled Mary Ellen's hair simply because Mary Ellen was a secondary or secondhand doll. I got her at a consignment shop for $25. And I have never been happier that I made that choice because she is an adorable doll. And it allowed me to really look at her collection a little bit more. So again, the advent calendar for American Girl, I heard, has a lot of winks to Mary Ellen's collection where she had like a lot of cookies, cookie cutters. And because I missed her Christmas outfit or her holiday outfit the first time around, I'm definitely looking for a replacement. So I heard that this was a good substitute. And I also have this doll's hair in pigtails. She has some black satin ribbon in her hair that's tied in a bow. And she's got these burgundy wine colored scrunchies for her pigtails. I've never changed her hair because she is the second duplicate doll that has this face mold and hair type that I bought from American Girl. So that's why I'm not so much in a hurry to get a new doll with the same kind of ringlets that this doll currently has. So without further ado, let's get started on the number ones. Okay, so for Barbie, I was able to pull her out of this crevice right here that the box was lodged in. And as I pulled on this, I had to pull up, and there is the Barbie. And she is nicely fitted in there. She comes with like a little certificate. And you guys can see the quality of the box. Look at the cardstock. It's very thick and durable. While the American Girl, the AG one, I had to use an X-Acto knife to kind of lodge this open, or just kind of cut on it without ruining the picture. So even though they have a pretty picture right here, I really had to work hard not to punch through it so hard and pull on it so hard that it, caused a rift. So let me see if I can pull this out without putting down the camera. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. I just had to tug on it a little bit. So you get candy canes. And I think these are the cutest candy canes I've seen. Of course, they're not real, so don't eat them. I think American Girl still has the do not eat label on a lot of their toys. Let me see if I can I get an up close picture of that? Yeah, here it is. So that's what you get. Okay, I could easily see that with Mary Ellen. So you could have a vintage American Girl Christmas, or you can have a modern American Girl Christmas, depending on who you want to use the candy canes for. I guess right now I'll just put this right by Mary Ellen. I think if both dolls can share it so that it's not so modern, I'll put it next to Mary Ellen. If it's only something that you could probably put with your modern day doll, I'll put it next to Gigi. But I'm really excited about this Barbie. Oh, look at her. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, that was so goofy. So I do have a goofy side, obviously. That was my 6-year-old self coming out, because again, I've never had one of these dolls. Every time I would go and order one of these dolls off of the Mattel Collector website, she would be sold out. I remember trying to order one. I think it was like the Sunday Best, and this doll had like a classic mold, a vintage mold, Barbie mold, a Barbie sculpt. I don't know how you would really say it in the doll world, but I tried to get her and she was sold out, and I was so heartbroken. And I think I just saw her a couple months ago on the secondhand market for like like $800. I kid you not. So I jumped at the chance to get this advent calendar. And even if you don't have the Barbie Dream House, her I think there was like a reproduction version of the Barbie Dream House that came out in the 1960s, I want to say. Simply because I have that, I just never opened it. Obviously, because I told you guys in my last video, I was really busy raising the youngest member of my family, who was a baby, when my husband decided to gift me with the Barbie reproduction of the Dream House from the 1960 version. So if you don't have that, I wouldn't be surprised if you can use this case, this little cardstock case. I don't know what it's made of, but it's very sturdy, to have your Barbie live in. So if you're really creative like that, you could easily turn this into like a little miniature apartment. I've seen a lot of talented people on YouTube do it. So I'm definitely going to take her out and stop babbling so that you guys can see what you get if you do order the Barbie 12 Days of Christmas Advent Calendar. Okay, guys, I changed my mind. I'm not going to cut her out just yet. I just pulled her out so you guys can get a good look at her. But look how cute she is. Look how cute her outfit is. A poinsettia pattern. Look at that, with the stems and the leaves. Her bracelet is beautiful. So are the buttons. Let me get in real good. Her fingernails are painted. She's got painted fingernails. And look at this, guys. Her lipstick is smudged. Who has she been kissing? Who has she been kissing for her lipstick to be smudged like that? Anyway, so it looks like she, what is that? There's this little song. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus, or what is it? Santa Baby. I guess she was kissing on Santa so that he brought her a whole bunch of goodies where she could count down her 12 days, huh? But in all honesty, my Barbie's lips are a little funny. You can tell that one side is painted a little bit suspiciously higher than the other one, which I think is fine, because I feel like 60 years from now, when people try to like figure out how they can get their hands on this Barbie, who again is the first African American Barbie that they made for the 12 Days of Christmas. So I feel like she is going to go for a pretty penny in a couple years. And I feel like you're going to have a whole bunch of people trying to get their hands on this doll. And when, you know, people come out and they want to obviously reproduce this doll, they're going to be looking at the originals. And I guess there's something kind of uniquely nice about my original Barbie having lips that are slightly imperfect. I don't have to have such a perfect looking Barbie where I become this, you know, anal retentive collector who's like, I'm going to return you because your lips aren't perfect. No, I think it's okay. I think it's okay that she has slightly imperfect lips, because everything else on this doll looks absolutely perfect and absolutely adorable. So I wanted to also show you guys the interior of the box that she came in. So look at that in comparison to Mary Ellen's accessory for her sled. It's kind of got the same pattern. So I feel like American Girl does take a note sometimes from Barbie's line, or vice versa, since they're owned by the same parent company, Mattel. So I think there's something kind of nice about that. Okay, so we're going to keep going. We're going to pull out number 2. And number 2, it looks like it's her doll stand. That's kind of cool. And I heard that this doll comes with a doll stand, so I'm not going to be so curmudgeonly stingy and mean about how they made this a number 2 when they could have included this in a number, and you know, with the doll, so that you got the doll stand with the doll and the certificate. But I should be lucky that the certificate is just on the back, and that they didn't make the certificate number 2 and the doll stand number 3. So I'm not mad at number 2. All right, so now let's go back to the American Girl Advent calendar, and number 2 happens to be on the back with our little brown skin cutie doll, brown vinyl cutie doll here. And again, I have my version of the doll, just because again, I just feel like she's too close to a lot of the dolls that I already have, and I just can't justify buying yet another doll that looks too close to dolls that I already have. So again, if I were to just get this doll on sale, or if I ever saw a really good deal on 18-inch dolls, I would definitely grab this doll next. So let's go ahead and open number 2. Okay, so we punched out number 2, and it is a beautiful cup that's kind of like a hot pink, which goes with the Barbie theme again. And it's got like a little snowman right inside. How adorable is that? So again, that's something that I feel could be either modern, or it could be something that could go with Mary Ellen's collection. But I'm gonna say more modern. So I think this doll wins a little treat. I definitely will say that that's more of a modern touch than it would be something that people would have done in the 1950s. All right, so we can't ignore Barbie. Barbie, let's go see what you have for number 3 in your collection, your Advent calendar. So far, I think, sorry, I had to get a knife as opposed to an X-Acto knife. So boys and girls who are watching this video, make sure that you have your parents help you with this Advent calendar. Don't go and get, you know, your own X-Acto knife or scissors or whatever. Have a parent nearby to help you with your Advent calendars. Or you could punch it out yourself. But I feel like since parents paid so much for these Advent calendars, they would probably want to definitely help, just in case they wanted to save these boxes. So if you're a parent and you're watching, or a caregiver, make sure that you're, helping out with some of these more delicate flaps, because this box really is delicate. It is definitely not as sturdy as the Barbie. Okay, we pulled out number 3, which again has that beautiful interior design, and it's a little reindeer that she can put in her little dream house. So I don't know where it's going to go in the dream house, but that's what you get, a little deer figurine. So I'm going to tuck this back in for right now, and I'm going to see if I can find the number 3 and punch that out of the AG one. Okay, number 3 is like the whole leg. Look how big that is. And it's because you get this. And I definitely feel like I have this. I bought this before in another set, but I do like the handles, and I love the fact that you have more American Girl dough, faux dough, to play with and roll around. So I think I'm going to use this in the bakery. Claudie has a little bakery that's called Angela's Bakery. So let's see, is it vintage American Girl or is it modern American Girl? I would say that this looks a little too modern. I don't remember a vintage rolling pin ever having this kind of design. So in this case, this doll won it. She won out. So far we have 2 modern accessories that could go with your dolls. And even though I said I could use this with Claudie's Bakery, I think Claudie already has a rolling pin that would go really well with her bakery. But if you really wanted something to use in the bakery to make it modern, I would say if you're using Angela's Bakery, which is Claudie's Bakery, to be a modern bakery for modern day, which you could. Bakeries have been invented much longer than that. I think bakeries have been around forever. So you could even have a bakery in New York City that went into business in the 1800s, like 1899, and is still running, and has obviously updated all of their equipment. So I could see that happening. So you could probably still use that for the bakery, but I would not use that for Mary Ellen's storyline. All right, so let's go back and see what Barbie has for number 4. All right, number 4 has 2 things. It has a wreath and 3 candles. So that's amazing. I like that, how it has 2 little items. All right, let's do number 4 for American Girl. Okay, number 4 is the leg of this beautiful doll, and it's a little girl cookie cutout, gingerbread cookie cutout. So I think Mary Ellen wins this round. I could see this being used in the 1950s. So it's not something that's too modern. All right, let's go up to number 5, guys, and then I have something special to show you guys. So every day until Christmas, I will try to finish this video in increments of like 2 or 3 or 5, just to, speed it up, because this video is getting rather long. So we'll just go up to number 5 today, and then I'll show you guys something special at the end of the video. All right, number 5 for Barbie is a little gift, and it's plastic. It's all plastic. It would have been nice if it had been like heavy cardstock. I would have loved that. Okay, number 5 is on Frosty, or actually it's on a snowman that has been made by this beautiful little doll. And trivia, this is not Frosty the Snowman, because Frosty the Snowman in the song has a button nose, and this Frosty has a carrot nose. So if we pull out number 5 real quick, you guys can see that number 5 are 2 gingerbread men, or oh no, it's a gingerbread girl and a gingerbread boy. So Mary Ellen wins this round because they made gingerbread cookies back in the 1950s, and I believe that they had gingerbread girls and boy cookies in the 1950s. So far 3 for Mary Ellen and 2 for Gigi. So far, I think this set that AG has can be used for historical dolls like Mary Ellen, and it can be used for modern dolls. So I think so far for day 5, I'm already getting my money's worth with this set. For day 5 for Barbie, I already feel like it's a valuable set. So let me show you guys the fun surprise that I have. Okay, so for those of you who are curious, this is the Barbie Dream House, the reproduction from 1960. So I'm gonna get it out for you guys. So these go on the ends to protect it, but here it is. Here's the reproduction. And this is my first time actually seeing it in years since I ordered it. So I can't wait to show you guys how the doll looks in her dream house that she will be obviously sharing with this Barbie. So I figure they can swap, that both of them probably inherited the same house, and they both have, you know, their mortgage on the house, maybe a great grandfather. You know, they inherited it from the same great grandfather. You never know. These stories do exist in history where someone finds out that their great grandfather, you know, had lots and lots of children. And so why not? Why not this blonde haired vintage Barbie? She probably got the house, and then my African American Barbie probably found out that she had the same great grandfather, and so the house was left to her as well. So, yeah. So I guess the only dilemma would be which of these two Barbies would be dating Ken. Is that the only dilemma? I guess stay tuned and see what the soap opera brings. So anyway, guys, thank you for staying with me all these years and, you know, looking at these wonderful finds. And so only you'll be able to know for sure if this is a good investment. I think it is. At the same time, I love 18-inch doll American Girl items as well. So I think so far both are wonderful investments for anyone who's a doll collector. So if you're still thinking of cool gifts that are still available, I think the Barbie 12 Days is still available. And unfortunately, this advent calendar for the 18-inch dolls, I guess, I don't know if it's still sold out, but on the website it did say it was sold out a couple weeks ago. So thank you so much for hanging in there with me, and I will continue to produce more videos up until Christmas. All right, guys, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.